Could the Falcons pull off a shocking Kirk Cousins trade? Have the Atlanta Falcons been handed an unexpected gift? And when I say unexpected, I mean something so unbelievable that fans and analysts alike are questioning whether it's even possible. Yes, we're talking about Kirk Cousins, and recent reports suggest something that seemed unthinkable just weeks ago. Atlanta might actually have the chance to trade Cousins for a third-round pick. The latest on the Kirk Cousins situation. According to Josina Anderson, the Falcons have been receiving multiple trade inquiries regarding Cousins. In a recent report, she mentioned that a third-round pick could be a potential return for the veteran quarterback. That's right, not a fifth-rounder, not a sixth, but a third-round pick for a player Atlanta had just committed to as their franchise quarterback. Anderson's report stated, "Evening notes. The off-season carousel continues to churn. I was told that two quarterbacks' names came up in recent preliminary trade inquiries or internal discussions per league source. Kirk Cousins and Will Levis. Atlanta has been getting calls. I heard talk of a third-round pick being potentially actionable. The key takeaway here? The Falcons aren't just getting one call. Multiple teams have reportedly inquired about Cousins. What this could mean for Atlanta. If the Falcons somehow pull off a trade that lands them a third-round pick for Cousins, it would be one of the most stunning moves of the offseason. General Manager Terry Fontenot, who stood firm in his stance that Cousins was staying, would deserve a ton of credit if this deal actually happens. Of course, it's still just speculation for now, and it's unclear how serious these trade discussions are. But if there's even a real possibility of moving Cousins while recouping a valuable draft pick, it would reshape Atlanta's offseason strategy in a big way. Stay tuned as we keep an eye on this developing situation. Could the Falcons actually move Kirk Cousins? If so, what's next for their quarterback situation? More updates to come. Could the Falcons pull off a stunning Kirk Cousins trade? If the Atlanta Falcons somehow managed to trade Kirk Cousins for a third-round pick, it would be nothing short of a miracle. Seriously, if there's a team willing to give up that kind of draft capital for Cousins, Falcons fans should celebrate. And if this deal goes through, well, let's just say Super Bowl talk might start heating up in Atlanta. Now, before getting too carried away, let's be realistic. If the Falcons do land a third-round pick, they'll likely have to absorb some of Cousins' salary to make the deal work. He's owed $27.5 million, plus a $10 million roster bonus, so it wouldn't be shocking if Atlanta had to cover a portion of that to get the trade done. But even if they have to pay $20 million, getting a third-round pick in return would still be a major win. Falcons strengthen their secondary with Jordan Fuller. Now, moving on to the second big move of the day, the Falcons just added veteran safety Jordan Fuller in free agency. This isn't as shocking as a potential Cousins trade, but it's still a significant addition for Atlanta's defense. Fuller has a strong connection to head coach Raheem Morris, having played under him with the Los Angeles Rams before joining the Carolina Panthers last season. Watching Fuller on tape, one thing stands out. He's a downhill safety who thrives at stopping the run. Whether it's taking on running backs or delivering big hits on receivers, Fuller brings physicality and strong tackling ability to Atlanta's secondary. With the Falcons' defense adjusting under Morris, Fuller's skill set could be a valuable asset. This move helps solidify the back end of the defense, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits alongside Pro Bowl safety Jessie Bates III. Stay tuned for more updates as the Falcons continue to shape their roster for the upcoming season. How Jordan Fuller fits into the Falcons' defense. With the Atlanta Falcons expected to shift their defensive approach, Jordan Fuller could play a key role in stabilizing the secondary. It looks like the Falcons might lean on more single-high safety looks, allowing Jessie Bates III to roam freely in coverage, while Fuller plays closer to the line of scrimmage. Fuller fits well in this role because he's a strong, sure tackler who thrives in the box. While his coverage skills aren't elite, his ability to support the run and make plays near the line gives the defense an added layer of toughness. In many ways, he brings a linebacker-type presence to the secondary, something the Falcons were missing last season. One reason this move makes sense is that Bates and former free agent target Justin Simmons have similar skill sets. The Falcons needed a true in-the-box safety, and Simmons didn't quite fit that role. With Fuller handling run support and short area coverage, Bates can focus on being the ball-hawking playmaker in deep coverage, a role where he thrives. What this means for Atlanta's draft strategy. Another benefit of signing Fuller? It takes the pressure off the Falcons to draft a safety early. Many fans were hoping for a prospect like Malachi Starks or another top safety from this year's draft class. But now, instead of having to immediately rely on a rookie starter, Atlanta has the flexibility to develop a mid-round pick while Fuller holds things down in the meantime. While Fuller's signing won't grab national headlines, it's a smart, strategic move that could make a big difference for Raheem Morris's defense. The Falcons are clearly building a unit that fits their scheme, and Fuller's presence should bring more balance to the secondary. What's next for the Falcons? Jordan Fuller is a great scheme fit for the Falcons because of his ability to play downhill and tackle well. His presence allows Jesse Bates III to focus on roaming as a single high safety, making plays in coverage and creating turnovers. This move strengthens the secondary and gives Atlanta more flexibility on defense. But the biggest storyline remains Kirk Cousins' trade situation. According to multiple sources, several teams have expressed interest, and some are reportedly willing to offer a third-round pick. If the Falcons can pull this off, it would be a huge win for the front office. One unexpected factor working in Atlanta's favor? Aaron Rodgers' delayed decision. With quarterback-needy teams still searching for answers, some might become desperate enough to make a move for Cousins. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings have already committed to J.J. McCarthy as their starter. But if things go sideways, they could also enter the quarterback market again. Trading Cousins for a third-round pick would be nothing short of a miracle for the Falcons. Let's see how things unfold. But if this deal happens, it could be one of the biggest off-season moves for Atlanta.